What's up everybody, welcome to another episode of BH Brewing. In this week's video we're going to be making a SMaSH beer, and an extract SMaSH beer at that. Ooh, shit now, I nearly burnt my foot. Hey. Lovely fruits, fucking hell. Beers and their malts only, fuck. I'll get this eventually, fuck me. Sip a beer and we'll go arseholes on. If you're sat at home and you're not sure what a SMaSH beer is, let me tell you. It is a single malt and single hop. This means we use a single malt, hence our lovely malt extract, and we use a single hop to make the beer. Now I know some of you at home will be scratching your heads going, you can't make a SMaSH brew from extract. Well, I think you're wrong. I know it's not the traditional SMaSH beer that you get when you're making all grain, but for me it is still a SMaSH beer, and I'll tell you why. This is the dry malt extract we'll be using. As you can see on the bottom there, it is manufactured by a company called Muntons. Now somebody on the website homebrewacademy.com got in contact with the guys at Muntons and spoke to them about their dry malt extract. Turns out they only use one malt to make their extract. Now, I know technically people are sitting at home going, well, it's not technically a SMaSH beer because it's not all grain. Well, yeah, you could probably go down that route if you want to be pedantic, but I disagree. For me, I still think this is a SMaSH beer, and it's going to be the closest you're going to get using extract. So yeah, Muntons, if you want to make a SMaSH beer using extract, go and buy their malt extract. You may have noticed that the picture has changed a little. Unfortunately, the light on top of the camera has died and I have no way of replacing it. So currently I'm using my phone with the torch setting on. So I may look a little jaundiced. Promise, I've not been smashing the beers that hard, just unfortunately the light's died. Being that this is a SMaSH beer, you're probably wondering what hop I'm going to use. Well, actually, no, you're probably not, because it's in the description up there. But needless to say, the hop I'm going to use is Calypso. Now, the name already, that just, to me, sounds beautiful. It just sounds tropical, it sounds fruity, it just sounds great. The aroma profile of this bad boy is apparently pear, apple and peach. Now, from what I'm reading, people get a lot of pear, they get a lot of apple, not so much peach. There are also read there was hints of kind of a mint in the background, like a mint leaf, bit of pepper as well. So we'll see if that comes through with this hop. That's the whole point of doing a SMaSH beer, is to test out your hops, see what works, see what doesn't work, see what hops you like. The alpha acidity on this bad boy is 13.5. So it's good as a dual use hop. It's good as a bitter in hop, good as an aroma hop. So we'll use it for both. Well, we have to. It's a SMaSH beer. This is from the 2018 harvest. I've never had this hop before, so I've got no idea what it tastes like, but hey, let's find out. So before we start brewing, let's look at our hop schedule. I have the laptop up here. The hop schedule is as follows. We're going to put half an ounce in at the start of the boil, another half ounce in at 5 minutes, an ounce and a half at 0 minutes, and then we're going to dry hop it with another ounce for about 7 days, probably about a week or two into fermentation. So as it's a SMaSH beer, of course, we're doing a small gallon batch, not too big, around about 3 gallons. So for that we're going to use around about 3.3 pounds of the dry malt extract, or 1.5 kilos. And I've also measured out our hops along here. So this is our 60-minute edition, our 5-minute edition, and then our flame out edition. The kettle pot is brewing nicely there. So once that's up to the boil, then we'll be turning it off and adding our dry malt extract. Okay, as you can see, our water is up to temperature now, so I'm just going to start adding the dry malt extract. So I'm just going to take it off the heat. I'm going to get these in as quickly as possible, because as you know, they clump if you don't get them in quick. That was the least clumpy of all of them, so squeeze, get those last bits out. There we go. So let's give this a good old stir. The beauty of using dry malt extract is it doesn't stick to the bottom like a liquid malt extract, so it does make our life a little easier. Ooh, shit now, I nearly burnt my foot. Fuck me. Ah! I'm happy that's pretty stirred in there. So this is something I've never experienced before. It's really, really foamy. Now I just had a quick squiz on my phone on a homebrew forum, and apparently you should add the liquid malt extract a pound at a time so it's properly dissolved. So I'm guessing this is because it's not dissolved correctly, but yeah, this is the first time I've had it foam up this much. I mean, the liquid in here is like a lot lower than this, like really a lot lower. So I don't know if because it's just dissolving in the liquid, but I may need to just turn this down a little because it is foaming quite vigorously. Okay, so thankfully I've managed to stop the foaming. A lot of stirring is what that required, and blowing on it like you're having a hot tomato soup, that tended to stop it as well. So we are ready with our 60-minute editions. Let's hope this doesn't act like a bath bomb and blow it all to smithereens, but in we go. And no, not too bad. I'll stir those bad boys in. So that's our 60-minute edition now. And I'll start the old timer on my phone. Let's get that up. There we go, where are you? There we go, stopwatch. So the timer has been started on my phone. Probably can't see it, it's probably too bright, but yeah, the timer has been started. We'll come back in 55 minutes and add our 5-minute edition. Okay, we're coming up to 5 minutes left of the boil. What you didn't see is that 45 minutes into the boil I added a quarter of a Proflock tablet, hopefully to make the beer a bit more clearer. And now it's time to add our 5-minute additions. So in we go with those hops. Give it another stir, and then we'll come back at flame out and add our flame out hops. Okay, so we are at the end of our boil. We've got our late addition here, so I'm going to put that in, give it a good stir, and then we'll leave this for about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll be ready to cool it as quickly as possible before we pitch our yeast. Okay, so we've got our sink full of ice, we've got our wort here, so let's stick it in and try and cool it. And hopefully it's not going to make the sink overflow. No, I think we're just about to get away with that. Not much, as you can see, it's pretty much on the brim here, but yeah. Apologise if the footage is a little grainy. I've had to up the ISO because it's quite dark here, and like I say, without the light on top it's a bit more difficult, but yeah, so we shall leave this to cool now. Hopefully it should cool quite quickly, and then be ready to put it in our carboy and then pitch our yeast. Okay, so I'm about to transfer the wort into the carboy. This is our smaller carboy, our 3-gallon bad boy. So in this will go. Like I say, I've already added the additional water. To this, so we have an accurate measurement of where this should go up to, fingers crossed. Relatively, I might put a bit of additional water in there. I don't want it to obviously have some headroom, but I also think it does need a top up just a little. So I put just under 3 gallons into this bucket because what I didn't want to put is 3 gallons and then I wouldn't be able to put it all in, so always better to go less and then add more later. That should do us nicely. I'll wait for that to settle before I pitch the yeast in, because obviously it's a bit foamy at the moment, so this is the problem. You want to have enough room for any crows and head on it or to come up, so leave that to rest for a bit and then I'll pitch the yeast and give it a good shake, and then that will sit in the dark cupboard for a while. Okay, so foam's gone down quite a bit, which is good. Obviously our stopper's been sat in sanitized solution, so that's fine. Let's put it down there. We have our scissors, and the yeast we're going to be using today is Mangrove Jack's M44, which is a US West Coast yeast, West Coast yeast, should I say. Pretty good yeast. I've used this before on a couple of occasions. It's quite a neutral yeast. It's a bit like Safale US 05. very similar in that regard, kind of clean flavours off this yeast, so you can really taste the hops, which is what we want. So I'm going to bung this in there. I'm not going to use all of it, I'll probably use half, because again it's only a 3-gallon batch. I'm not going to need the whole lot. So I'll use half of this in this one, and then I'll save the other half for when I do another 3-gallon batch, which is probably in a couple of days. So let's pour this bad boy in. Let's see how much we've got left in there. Yeah, should be enough in there for a second batch. So I'll put the old stopper in, put that bad boy in, and let's give this a shake. I hope you can still see this on the camera. I've got the lens that's a bit tighter, so you might not be able to. But as best shake as we can. Top tip: always put down a towel, then you're not damaging your tiles. Make sure it gets all in there. Give it a good shake. Tip it from side to side. Make sure we get that yeast fully worked in there. Oh, that should do it. Right. Now we just need to put on a airlock, which I have handily sat in the solution. Okay, and there goes our airlock. So this one is job done. Time to stick this in the dark cupboard and leave it for a couple of weeks until it's fully fermented. Well, I'll probably leave it for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and then I'll dry hop it for another week before we either bottle it or keg it. I'm not sure if I'm going to bottle it or keg it yet. Probably bottle it, and I'll save the kegs for the big batches. But this one is done. There we have it. That is part 1 of our Calypso SMaSH beer done. Join us again in 2 weeks' time, where we'll be tasting that bad boy to see if it really does taste like they say it does on the packet. See if it has those flavours of peach, and see if it has those flavours of apple. Until then, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Get that up, yeah.